All right, good morning. We've been talking about proportions for a couple of weeks. This will be a help video if you're still a little not sure about it. We'll start with the word ratio. A ratio is when you compare two things and you can write it as a fraction. A common one would be, let's say, how fast your car is traveling. So if your car is traveling 60 miles in 1 hour, 60 miles in an hour. That's a ratio. You're comparing two things. And so a proportion is two equivalent ratios. You might say, well, then how far are we going to go in 3.5 hours? If I'm going to drive for 3.5 hours, how many miles would I cover? And so on a proportion, there's going to be on the problems that we're doing, there's usually going to be one number missing. And what most of you have learned is you can always cross multiply. Sometimes there's shortcuts, but for now, we'll just talk about what always works. You can always cross multiply to find your missing number. Maybe instead of how many hours you've traveled, they say, hey, the trip that we're going to take is 300 miles. Then how many hours is it going to take? As a reminder, make sure that you're labeling and that your labels are the same on the top and on the bottom. If you do that, then you're going to be fine. So whichever number you're missing, you can cross multiply, divide by the number that's left. So 300 times 1 divided by 6 would be 5. It would take you 5 hours to do that. So whichever number is missing, you can always cross multiply to find the answer. You know, here 6 times 60 is 360. Divided by 1 is still 360. You can always cross multiply to find one of the missing numbers. The other thing that we need to know is how to find a percentage of a certain number. So let's say the question says, hey, there's a shirt that you want is on sale. Normally it's $30, but it's 20% off. That's not the word off, but you want to know what 20% of $30 is. It's 20% off. So how much money am I going to save? Right? How much money am I going to take away from 30 on this sale? So we know that we can write 20% of 31 shortcut is of means times. If you know how to write 20% as a decimal, you can put that on your calculator, 0.2 or 0.20, and of is times, and then put that on your calculator. Or you can write 20% as a fraction. 20% of is times. I'm going to write times as a circle like that because you'll see that more often as we do more algebra. 20% of 30, I can write any number as that number divided by 1 without changing it. Why would I do that? Because if I write this as a fraction, now I have two fractions and I can multiply straight across. That's going to be 600. That's going to be 100. If on my calculator I do 600 divided by 100, I'm going to get 6. Or if you know the shortcut, when numbers end in 0, like that, you can just get rid of them. It's going to be $6 off. You're going to save $6. 20% of 30 is 6. Watch these videos to know how to do these kind of problems, and good luck.